You're on camera.
Hi Ingrid, please sit down.
Thank you.
Would you like to have some water or coffee today?
Thanks.
Welcome. Let me just get this finished. I just have to. Okay, I'm with you in a second. Okay, sorry. Okay, here we are. How are
Oh,
you?
you're ready now.
Ingrid?
Ah, okay.
I apologize. I had to send this important message today to one of our assistants. How are you? How are things going with you here in Washington D.C.?
Fine.
Oh. Did you get a new apartment, or are you still in the other one?
What is that? Is that why you called me to this meeting?
No. But you know that you were telling me the other day that you were looking for an apartment because you were having problems with your landlord, and well, I was wondering,
And
are
that's
you?
why you can help me with an apartment. Is that why I'm here?
I think I cannot help you, but it's I may give you some information. Yeah, I may give you some information that could help you.
So you have a good real estate agent.
I have friends actually, but this is really not
Do you have a number that I should
the
call?
real topic that. Sorry.
Do you have a what should I do to get an apartment?
You may talk to some of your other colleagues.
Okay.
You know that I live here.
Okay.
I have been here all my life, but if you talk to Claudio and Salvatore, I think they actually were facing the same
Okay. So what would you
situation
do
a
if it
couple
was
of
you
days
looking
ago,
for a
and
apartment?
and they can help you.
Okay.
But Ingrid, the real reason
Ah, so
I
it
called
wasn't
for
your
this
apartment.
meeting here is, well, we are working on a new feedback system from our customers.
Uh-huh.
You know that this is part of our work plan for the next semester. And I wanted to have your views on what issues could be included in that customer feedback system. Could you share me any ideas that you would have, about on the issues that we could include there?
I think that's an excellent idea. I think we should. The first thing would be to discuss this new instrument then with the customers.
Let me take notes, yes?
So I'm a little puzzled why you would call me and want to discuss on that. But I think the way I would approach it would perhaps be to call a brainstorming meeting with a couple of our clients and then with a couple of staff and brainstorm on what their issues is. I mean, I would step into their shoes if.
Brainstorming, that's an excellent idea. I had not really thought of that. You see, because you given in direct contact with our customers, I am sure that you are in this office maybe the most reliable person.
But you should really ask our customers.
Yeah, this is something, but this is our feedback system,
Yes.
and of course, first of all, we will need to establish our priorities, our issues, and of course,
But
in
it's
a brainstorming session, we may actually ask their views on this, but
I'm not sure
not
I
now. I
understand.
think
If it's a feedback system from knowing how our clients felt, I mean, how can you develop the system without having a dialogue with the client? How do you know what they feel like, what their problems is, how they view us as an
you know what
institution? How can you go ahead and develop a feedback system without having a dialogue with the most important player in that area?
Well, I think at this point of time, what we need is the basic framework
Yes,
on
you
that,
develop that with your client.
feedback system, and then we will go on what you are saying, on knowing what they really want to.
But to doing that, you've already made your own design without being open to their ideas and their views. Wouldn't it be better to start where the shoe hurts? With the
Well,
client?
as you suggested, this is a we should call for a brainstorming session internally here in the office. And
No,
then
with the
we
client.
could discuss it.
My idea was with the client. Put
Oh.
the client.
I would say that we don't not having the outline on the feedback system.
Which you would develop with the
is
client.
going to be for the client, of course, but
With
that
the
this is we would need to have the outline first.
With the
And
client.
I think this is really it's really very important. So we're going to have this brainstorming in a couple of days,
I don't
and
think,
I would ask you if
I think
you
you misunderstood
could,
my point. My idea is not to have a brainstorming meeting, but to have a brainstorming meeting with the client, because the client would be able to inform us where the shoe hurts.
brainstorming with the client.
So that the clients But the client is the one that knows where the shoe hurts. So if we go ahead and pre-design the structure for the feedback system, I think we risk to lose out on some very important information. We would close off our view too early instead of being in the listening mode and hear what our client would view, how the client would view the situation. So I think that would create a serious risk for us moving into a mode where we would put ourselves in a position where we would not be open to the real issues that the client would face. So I just wanted to make sure you understood my point that the client should be
brainstorming with the clients. Yeah.
Yes, that would be
That could be a good idea, you know. I'm going to think about that. And did you have at this point of time any particular issues that we could include in that feedback? I mean, what if you were asked to do an outline? What
maybe I
would
didn't
that
explain
outline
myself
be?
correctly. I think that it's a danger if we set out the outline before entering into a dialogue with our client. So us even having this discussion now would, and if I bought into it and gave your views on my outlines, I think that would put us into a mode where it would be difficult for us to be completely open to what the client would say.
Well, you know, this is, as I said, I am
So why
still
don't we
still on the idea that we could actually call for the meeting, for the brainstorming with the customers, but we would need first to have an outline here internal for the other people to understand also what we actually want to get from the customers.
What I'm hearing from you is
So,
that you already have some ideas of an outline.
Okay, sweethearts, finish.